shows recently. The past 3 shows I did, I broke the microphone. I got a strong grip. Protect your dick, sir! Strong. I'm also a really tall girl. I like being tall because I feel like we can get our drinks at the bar a lot faster, right? We just kind of barge through people and take men's short faces and suffocate them in our tits. We're like, go to sleep! Go to sleep! And I'm like, I will take an IPA. And they're like, we're out. I'm like, you go to sleep! I am in the dating game for guys. What? Okay. I like guys. Whoa! Alright. I like guys. Hell yeah! What if that was my whole set? And I was like, I like guys! And you were like, okay, who's she trying to convince? Now let me describe to you my perfect guy. They're sensitive, with soft skin, with pecs. With flesh over it, you're like, that's a woman. I'm like, all right, I'm gay. I know I'm gay. I'm gay. Here's the thing. I'm too poor to be gay right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to go on a date with a girl, and then the check comes, and she's like, and I'm like, no. She's like, well, bitch, you're in flannel. I'm like, all right, you drive a Jeep. She's like, oh yeah? Well, I heard you popped your cherry on a bike seat on your bike team. I'm like, oh damn it, you're right. I also have a really low voice. I went on a date with a guy one time, and he was like, you have a garbage disposal voice. I was like, you shut the hell up! Go to sleep! I should have known I was gay a long time ago because I only have had sex with one guy. You're a loser. Get out. Here's the thing. I did. And when he whipped out his dick, I didn't know what to do with it. So I pretended like it was a gavel in the courtroom. And I slammed it on his stomach. And I said, order in the court! And then it went soft and I threw up. Okay? I threw up everywhere. Alright. It reminded me of a dead sea cucumber whose spine dissolved. I was like, whoa. It was disgusting. I have ADHD, severe ADHD. I was actually prescribed Adderall at 6 years old, which is messed up, but I needed it, okay? I don't pay attention to anything. I want to know if you were to surgically cut me open, how many stickers on those apples you will find. Just blow through those bitches. I also get really excited really fast. Like, I'm the person on the roller coaster that screams right before the drop, right? I'm always like, yeah! My friends are like, please shut up, we're in an Uber. And I'm like, no! And I can't take Ubers anymore because my rating is so low. I actually had someone pick me up and they were like, yo, I've heard of you. I was like, well, you know, I do stand-up comedy. They're like, definitely not from that. Sick. They're like, you're the girl who randomly screams and yells in the Uber. And that is correct. But I like to take Ubers to parties and to bars and to pre-games. And I like to pregame the parties and the bars, right? But they don't like that. And I pregame with canned beer, Coors Light, because I'm hot, all right? So every time I open my beer, I need to be discreet. I don't want them hearing me. So I'm just like, I'm a dreamer, so I'm a babysitter. Best part about babysitting is food, right? In LA, it's not as fun because they'll be like, help yourself to anything in the house. And then you open the cabinet and it's one almond that's unsalted. The But the dad is a stoner, so I knew there would be something fun up above, and I found Trick cereal, and I was like, Yahtzee. Grabbed the weird milk from the fridge, made myself a fat bowl, and the mom comes home later, and she goes, I'm so tired, but I still have to pump.
Yeah.
The milk I used in the fridge was her breast milk. And the weirdest thing was, it was the best goddamn bowl of cereal I've ever had. And now when I look her in the eyes, I get super hungry. I'm like, oh. I'm like, no, I'm for sure gay. I'm Audrey Stewart. Yeah,
Give it up for Rosebud, guys. I'm your next gay comic of the night, everybody. It's not even unique to be gay anymore. Everybody's gay now. Like my sister's husband. People come out of the closet now, they get movies, they get book deals. When I came out, I got a rash. And a friend request from Kevin Spacey. Different times. Different times. My dad was devastated when I told him that I was gay. He started hysterical crying. I was like, are you gay too? What the fuck? It's like, if you really want to cry, look at this tape that me and Timmy made. The night that I came out, my mom came into my room hysterical crying, and she was like, Nicholas, don't you think you could try being with girls for me? Like, can you imagine me about to have sex with some girl? She's like, do you really want to do this? I'm like, no, but my mom really wants me to. I've had one experience with a vagina, birth. One-way ticket, right? One-way ticket. Can you imagine finally like muster up the courage and I'm like, this is for my mom! I'm Italian. I get asked a lot of questions. Being Italian, like, are you Armenian? I'm like, no, but my back hair is. My family's big problem with me is not even really being gay. It's being Italian and being a fan of the Olive Garden. Clap if you've had the breadsticks at the Olive Garden. I mean, right? I would sit on one. But it's weird, I'm the only one that asked for a stale one. I have a brother with special needs, and I love him so much, but it was hard on me growing up because my brother almost died my entire childhood. It was like, is he gonna die? Is he not gonna die? Am I gonna get another bedroom? My brother's been in a wheelchair his whole life, and he hates me because I'm the tall one. My brother's one of those little adorable white kids that thinks that he's black. He wants to be in a gang. It's adorable. He's like, I just want to be a blood. I'm like, I see you as more of a crip. Halloween used to be my favorite holiday, but beautiful girls like you guys ruined it for me, truthfully, because I'm jealous, okay? Every year it's less and less clothing. It's like, how many variations, if I don't talk to my father, can we see at this point? It's like, put on a sweater and call him, right? My mom dresses up every Halloween. This year she goes, I'm gonna be something you've never seen me as. I said, a good parent? Who really messed up my Halloween this year was a little Asian girl, just like Elsa from Frozen, who kicked my front door because I didn't bring out the candy fast enough. She goes, I don't remember taking this long last year. I said, really? Because I don't remember an Elsa Chang in the movie. Let it go and get the fuck off my porch. Thank you. I've been single, like I said, for 26 years. I have no sex appeal. Seeing me naked is like opening up a pack of Starburst and getting all yellow. Thank you guys so much. My name is Nicky Paris. Give it up for your host, Rosebud. You guys are great. Thank you.
What's up, guys? My name is Sahana Srinivasan. Let's all say it together. Let's do it, get it over with. No, it's fun. I like my name. It's a fun, long name. The other day, I accidentally typed in my name as my bank account password, and it said, strong. Didn't even read the numbers, just the freaking name. Yeah, I wear a name tag during sex. and he's about to come because he just goes, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna butcher it." Yeah, no, growing up, holidays were pretty interesting for me. Like Halloween was a really easy holiday for my parents. They would just like dress me up in whatever traditional clothing I already owned. So I would just be like some Indian or Middle Eastern icon every Halloween. So like 1 year I was Princess Jasmine, and then another year I was Barack Obama. Classics. 2001, up. Stayed inside, folks. Remember, seems we forget when I need it to work. Yeah, I'm actually Hindu. Any fucking Hindus in the crowd tonight? What? Oh, my mom's here. Hi. Yeah, you can read all about our sacred culture in our holy book, Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah, my mom's here. The rest of the Hindus are at home listening to Drake while studying for the MCAT. That's what I did before I came here. I am trying to date. You don't hear about this arranged marriage bullshit? What the fuck is up with that? Fortunately, my parents are trying to find me an arranged fuck buddy. So they're like, Sahana, come downstairs. I'd like you to meet Big Dick Patel. We all know a Big Dick Patel. We all do. It's true. I always say the N-word. Gotta stop, Mr. Big Dick. I think sex is weird. It's a little spooky. Might get a baby. Uh-oh. I think sex is a lot like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, right? Because like you think it's gonna be good, and then turns out the whole time he was dead. Uh-oh, fuck the ghost. Yeah, I do have a preference though, folks. I like my man, like I like my coffee, right? Make my butthole hurt. Okay. Yeah. Should have cut that one for something else. Yeah, I'm not the best at dealing with breakups though, you guys. Ladies, do you guys just, every time I go through a breakup, I cut my hair. Ugh. I cut my hair, put it in a box, send it to my ex. Is this a cultural thing? Okay. Too many white people on the, okay, sorry. I've been talking to a lot of sensitive guys, not like on purpose. I'm not actively trying to date a film major or something. I was talking to this guy about my period, and he got so uncomfortable, right? He was like, "Ugh, oh my God, you missed your period?" I was like, okay, dude, grow up, raise my baby. That's what happens when you freaking miss your period. It's true, it's true. Well, you know what? It's probably a bad thing that I don't think condoms feel good, right, fellas? Hey, someone had to say it. But I will say they feel a little better with something in them. On their own, pretty boring. I don't think guys understand my sense of humor. I told a joke to this guy, and he was like, "Oh, is that it? Is that it?" Right, so then later, when he pulled out his thing, right? At least I laughed. I'm gonna laugh at his one-liner every time. I actually have never been pregnant before, but I have had plenty of pregnancy scares. Ladies, who has one right now? Come on. Everybody. Alright, nobody's fucked. Okay, for those of you who don't know, pregnancy scare is when you tell your boyfriend you're pregnant, so he finally texts you back. Thank you guys so much.
Oh man, woman offered me some sex recently. But you know, praise God, right? Praise God. Thank you, Lord, for this vaginal opportunity. I appreciate it. Especially in this Me Too era where everybody's scared to try to fuck each other for some reason. You ever hear that shit? That shit like caused a lot of weird banter with people. Like dudes who ain't even got nothing to do with that shit. Like, oh man, I would try to get at it, but I don't want to get Me Too. I'm like, man, you work at the gas station, bro. Ain't nobody gonna Me Too you. Pay grade, man. I didn't do it though. I didn't have sex with her because she's a sad person, and I don't believe in having sex with sad people. It's a bad practice, you know. Having sex with sad people, that's like eating a sandwich with wet bread, you know. I mean, it's food, you know what I mean? But once you take that first bite, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have did this shit. I should have just had some patience. It's been weird. This has been a weird couple of years. Like, I was on TV, and it's like weird to be on TV because you think it's like the coolest thing in the world. And it is on one aspect. It's like your grandmother sees you, and she's like, oh, I'm so proud of you. But then, like, your friends see you on TV, and then they start bombarding you with all these dreams you didn't know they had and shit. You're like, damn, you got dreams? You've been selling drugs since I knew you. I thought that's just what you wanted to do. You were flipping all of these bricks this whole time. You wanted to be a thing. Which makes sense though, because you know, I don't think there's a better actor than a drug dealer. If you know any drug dealers, ask them if they got some drugs, and they'll look at you like, what the hell do you mean? You think I'm the type of person that would have that particular type of thing? What particular type of drug are you looking for? You know, one person that's not impressed with me being on TV is my father. He is not impressed at all. I remember I called him, I said, hey Dad, I'm gonna be on TV. He's like, oh, okay, what you gonna play a security guard or some shit? That's cool, you know. Call me when you in a movie or some shit, then maybe. But that's the type of person my pops is. He's just a hard person to impress, you know. I can call my old man and I'll be like, hey Dad, I just cured cancer. He's like, oh, okay. Well, you tried, you know. That's a good effort, you know. I mean, if I was you, I would have cured erectile dysfunction, you know what I'm saying? What's the purpose of surviving cancer if your dick don't work? Yeah, me and my dad, we got a strange relationship. The reason why, though, is because we didn't grow up together. I didn't grow up with my dad. Like, I didn't even really live with my dad until I was in, like, my mid-20s. You know what I mean? So, like, I left home at 16, so I've been kind of what's called, like, a drifter ever since that time frame. And, like, during that time frame, I've, like, lived with a lot of white people, which is, like, a really interesting experience. You know, a lot of people always act like that's some impossible shit. You live with white people? How did you do that? I mean, you know, you just deal with it. It's like living with everybody else, except for the food. Like, the meat is always medium rare. And, like, all the conversations are, like, real uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of unnecessary banter about Kanye West. Like, I was forced to defend Kanye West in the time when I didn't really want to. But, you know, we haven't progressed enough as a society where I can allow a room full of white people to just, like, bash a black man and the motives be pure, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had a lot of interesting experiences living with white people. Like, I remember one time, one of the white mothers slapped her husband in front of me, and it was like a hard slap too. And like, I felt bad for the husband, but then I thought about it, I was like, oh, she's comfortable around me. That's what that is. Because you don't slap people in front of people you don't know or feel comfortable around, you know what I mean? It was funny too, because when she slapped him, his arm kind of went up like this. And so it was like a sad takeoff attempt, but he was just like, fuck it, I'll just stay here and take it. Yeah, I know it's kind of awkward to sit here and listen to a large black man talk shit about white people, right? It's kind of awkward, kind of hard to sit through, right? And you know what else was awkward? Slavery. That was real awkward. That was real hard to sit through. Jim Crow, apartheid. You know. Kind of rough to get through that stuff. So, if sitting here and hearing some jokes is your punishment, so be it. That's it for you guys. Thank you.
take them off promptly. Oh boy. I got married this past year. I'm a wife now. Any other wives? Hey, all right, yeah. Good. Sounds like it's gonna be fun. I don't like saying the word wife. I feel like it sounds like a cleaning product. You know, it's like, there's been a spill. Get the wife. I liked being a girlfriend. Like I liked the ring of it, you know? Like, you're a girl, you're a friend, it's fun, it's flirty. And then you become a wife and you're just a woman angrily making sandwiches and turning off sports. That's all it is. My husband is great, but I will say leading up to our wedding, he turned into a groomzilla. He insisted on having 13 groomsmen. Isn't that wild? I have like 2 friends. Like, he is one of them. I remember we were designing wedding invitations and he turned to me and he was like, "This is my big day and you're not gonna ruin it for me with your terrible taste in fonts." I was like, what's wrong with wingdings? It's a font joke. Look out, world, there's a new serif in town. I am from the Midwest. My parents are conservative. Ew. But they don't necessarily fit the bill. Like, my mom is really into New Age spirituality. I feel like having a New Age Republican mom is kind of like going to a racist yoga teacher. You know, just like, as we breathe in, we remember that we are all children of Mother Earth, except for the Jews. And Shavasana. My dad is Jewish, and he hates her yoga class. My mom has been doing this thing recently where she's calling me and telling me about the rapture. She's not even religious. She's just like a big believer in impending doom, I guess. I think she heard something on the radio, and she called me the other week. I was taking this trip to Florida with some friends, and she called me and she was like, "I hope the rapture doesn't interfere with your fun weekend at the beach." I was like, I hope your wild dissociation from reality doesn't interfere with your weekend on Earth. Also, like, can you imagine thinking the rapture's coming and your biggest concern is that it's gonna mess up your weekend plans? It's like, sorry ladies, beach trip is off. The oceans are just buckets of blood. I'm also a babysitter. I work for this family in Hollywood, and they're very nice. Their kids are sweet, but a lot of the kids' friends are very terrible. It's a lot of like very privileged Beverly Hills kids, and I was doing this carpool the other day. I picked up this group of 14-year-old boys, and this one very smug kid got into the back seat of my 2010 Chevy Cruze. That's not the joke, but thank you. For shaming me. And he was just like, "Wow, is this car from the homeless shelter?" I was like, "Yeah, it is from the homeless shelter. That's where I'm taking you, because both your parents are dead." Killed them, you little shit. I watched that movie, Adventures in Babysitting. Have you guys seen it? It's very fun. It's also just like good to be well versed in your field. And there's this moment where Elizabeth Shue's character goes, "I'm 17. I'm too old to be babysitting." And like, I've seen Schindler's List, but no moment in all of cinematic history has ever made me sadder. Thank you guys so much.
start. Y'all ever get so high you walk in on yourself masturbating? Like you just minding your own business, but on the other hand, that drugged you is just having his way with you. I like wearing these little strapless things because then dumb guys can come up to me and go, your bra strap is showing. Oh shit, you know about my secret titties? Like, dumbass. I told myself, I said, this is going to be kind of nerve-wracking for you doing a show, but walk into it with an Elmo level of confidence. You don't know what I'm talking about. Elmo never said I. He'd just be like, Elmo hungry, you know? He said that, but I would hear, make Elmo a sandwich, bitch! Like, I think about Elmo a lot. He's probably like 26, 27. He's up on some romantic date with his girl in Paris, the Eiffel Tower, some shit like that. And she goes, Elmo, I love you. He's like, nah, Elmo don't play that shit. No, Elmo, you're my whole world. Nah, bitch, it's Elmo's world. And he hits her. I know. Elmo, that's not fucking cool. I said, that's domestic violence, Elmo. He said, how is that domestic violence, bitch? We was in France. That's a level of confidence I'm trying to get to. That's a level. I'm from Nebraska. And being from Nebraska was really hard, you know, because I would deal with a lot of in-my-face racism every day. One time I was at a block party and I was holding this hot dog and this little boy came up to me and he was like, niggas don't like mustard. What? Nigga, I love mustard. Y'all took my continent. You can't take my condiments too, bitch. Shut the fuck up. That's a modern day lynching. Trying to get me a choke on these dry ass hot dogs. I see what you fucking doing, bitch. I won't stand for it. I've been smoking a lot of weed lately. I told you guys this. And I've been thinking that beauty and youth have become synonymous. Like they mean the same shit. So to make up for that, I'ma start fucking old niggas. Like so old. Y'all don't get me. They gotta dress like we still have colored water fountains, like tweeds, corduroys. I want Langston Hughes dick. Do you understand? Like when they take their pants off, their balls thud. Comic book ass sounds. Pow, whip. Like that's how what I need. I want burning balls. Like when he fucked me from the back, his balls hit my eyeballs. Like that level. Young men don't know how to hit it right. They know they're gonna live to see another day. Or pussy. But an old man, that could be his final ride. You can hold on to his loose skin like reins on a horse. Whoa, Otis, whoa! Pat his hernia just to calm him down. Whatever, I'm putting in the work for society and y'all just watching a comedy show, so. I decided I'm gonna start reading now that I have all this free time because nobody wants to fuck me, so. And reading English is hard for me because, you know, them's the white man's words, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. I read Michelle Obama's new book. Anybody read Michelle Obama's new book? Of course, the only black woman in the I read the book and I got 300 pages about Southside Chicago. Not one page about Barack's dick. How's the state of that union? That's what I want to know. Like, is Barry Dick like urban development, chief of staff? Like, I just want to know. Okay. Also, do you remember what the book was called? Becoming Michelle Obama. Do you becoming Michelle Obama? Very simple. It doesn't have to be the whole book. It could just be in the acknowledgments. To my husband Barry, you lay some bum ass pipe, my nigga. Like, thank you guys. My name is Aida. How you doing, guys?
One more time for Rosebud. Come on. Yeah. Good to be here, man. Yeah, as like she said, my name's Grant Gordon. My dad is Jeff Gordon. Yeah, a great insurance salesman. But yeah, I'll tell you this about me. I'm a cat guy. I love my cat. very much. Yeah, maybe too much. I don't know. It's weird. People are comfortable asking me if my cat is a boy or girl, but then they get creeped out when I say she is a woman. She's an adult. She makes her own decisions. She's on my couch. Okay, a little snort up front. That's good. Late snort. That was good for a snort. But something else about me. I hate my sister. Love my cat. Hate my sister. Don't like her. She needs work. Ironically, she's a therapist. She needs a lot of work. She's a therapist, which is terrible for me because I'm an idiot. And we get in these arguments, and she's got this arsenal of like psychoanalytical stuff now that I can't compete with. Okay, I'm still in preschool. Okay, we get in a fight. She's like, Grant, you know what you are, Grant? You're just a codependent narcissist, and you overcompensate with comedy because you're afraid of your feelings. It's like, you're fat. Still makes her cry. No, that's cheap. I want to be smarter than that. I want to take it up to her level, you know? So I'm proud of this. The other day, we're in the middle of this argument, and she's like, Grant, I'm never talking to you again. I'm like, fine, I'm never talking to you again, so we're never talking. Hour later, she sends me this email. Attached to the email is this article about resentment, which I resented immediately. You know, what is this? So I sent her back an email with an article attached about passive-aggressive behavior. Boom! Up top. She fires one back about the competitive male ego. Okay. All right. So I sent her a computer virus. I won. So. Cool. But I'd say my sister and I never had a chance, honestly, because my parents kind of fucked up. When I was really young, when I was 3 and she was 5, she wanted to have her birthday at Chuck E. Cheese, right? And they were very booked up. And the earliest date they could give her was March 4th, which happens to be 2 months past her birthday. Also, it just happens to be my birthday. And that just happened. Like, for her birthday, they just gave her my birthday. And, I went up to my folks recently, and I'm like, guys, like, we're adults now. Like, walk me through it. Like, what was your thought process on that? And I'm like, honestly, Grant, we just thought you were too young to remember. Yeah, to that, you know, I said there's a very fine line between too young to remember and just old enough for it to shape your entire personality. It's a razor's edge. It's in the past. It's a long time ago. I guess I'm getting older. I'll tell you this. I remember this. This is how I know I'm getting a little bit older. I remember a time when sushi was super exotic. Okay, that came to me recently. There was a time when like the only place you get sushi was like a Japanese restaurant. There was only like a few of those in town, right? And you went in there, and that wasn't a whole experience. It would like set the table. You know, you get those hot towels. There was that music. You'd sit down. The sushi would come out, always on like an elaborate plate or a boat, looking all sexy. It was like sushi, edible art. Oh, I love you, sushi. But then sushi started to change, right? Slowly. At first, it started to show up at Chinese restaurants. Remember that first time you saw sushi at a Chinese spot? You're like, oh, sushi. I guess it's Asian. Yeah, they were calling it Asian fusion, which wasn't the best. Better than Asian fission, very unstable. So it's at Chinese restaurants. Then it starts showing up at weddings. Remember the first time you saw sushi's doing weddings now? You know, so sushi's weddings. And then it was at buffets and supermarkets. And the other day, I'm on the road. I'm 2,000 miles from a body of water in either direction. I'm at a gas station. I'm looking for a corn nut, okay, maybe a bugle. I turn around, and it was just like seeing an ex-lover who's fallen on hard times. I was like, sushi? Is that you? Jesus, what happened? You look awful. Oh my God, who are you hanging out with? Lunchables and a wet egg in a bag? So I bought it. I had to get it out of there. It made me sick. Violently ill. It was a real mistake. But Speaking of lost lovers, I've been having some tough times with dating. Out in LA here, I was seeing a younger woman for a while, which that was a real roller coaster of emojis. And I'll tell you guys the worst date I was on. I was out with this girl, first date, 2 hours into this date. She just busts us out of nowhere. She goes, Grant, what's your trauma? What's your pain? Let's just get it out of the way on the first date. Yeah. But she goes first. Yeah. And she tells me that one time, in self-defense, she slit a man's throat. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And I was just like, one time, my sister had her birthday. On my birthday. Didn't seem so bad all of a sudden. Thank you guys very much. I'm great.
Okay, so people say that Hollywood has a diversity problem, but I really don't think it's that bad. Like, as someone who's short and brown, I feel very represented by the Paddington Bear movie. I once dated a guy who would ask me when my 17-year-old sister turned 18. For like every single time we would hang out. Horrible, obviously I broke up with him. I mean, this guy was clearly really bad at remembering birthdays. Speaking of birthdays, I really hate the phrase party like it's your birthday. Okay, I don't like to party like it's my birthday. I like to party like it is my enemy's birthday. And they are turning 30. Okay, so if you don't think that's funny, you're old. I personally am 24. I turned 24 pretty recently. I never thought 24 was that old, but my grandma, who's 90, thinks it's really old. She called me on my birthday and she was like, Dana, I just need you to know that by the time I was your age, I had already been proposed to by 3 different men. And I was like, we weren't all lucky enough to grow up during the Great Depression. Like, those guys probably thought you had food. My grandma asks me a lot if I have a boyfriend, and she gets really sad when I tell her that I don't. And I wish I could just be like, look, Grandma, I may not have a boyfriend, but I have fucked all the hosts of one podcast. That means something in this town. I date a lot of white guys because they need me. But I've noticed that some white guys are like so afraid of seeming racist that when I ask them if I'm their first girlfriend that's not white, they will totally avoid answering the question by reminding me that I'm not their girlfriend. I'm not in a relationship right now. I don't think I'm in a good place to be in one. I first realized that I was a bad girlfriend when I was still dating my ex, and he started going to therapy, and my first thought was like, fuck, the therapist is definitely gonna tell him to break up with me. And then the therapist didn't tell him to break up with me. And I was like, that's a bad therapist. People give me shit for talking about my ex too much, which feels really unfair to me, because it's like, okay, why should I have to stop talking about my ex, a relationship that ended less than a year ago, when Hollywood is still making movies about World War II? A war that ended like 20 years ago. I'm not religious, but I do relate to Christians, and I too have been obsessed with the same guy for literally thousands of years. Someone on the internet called me a retarded slut. It's like so deeply offensive to me, because I actually have a little cousin who was born a slut. My friend friend was telling me that the guy that she's dating has a picture of her on his nightstand. That's crazy, right? Like, goals. I'm like, I would love to date a guy who has a nightstand. I was realizing that the kind of guys that I like look really good for their age, but really bad, like, in general. When I was 18, I dated a guy who was 35. And it's like not what you think though. Like, he didn't like me because I was 18. He liked me in spite of the fact that I was 18. Like, obviously, he would have much rather preferred if I was 17. I'm really messy. I'm like really, really, really messy. Like, truly psychotically, like, so messy. Like, I'm so messy that the other night I brought a guy back to my apartment and he was so visibly horrified, I had to pretend I was robbed. He was like, oh my god, we have to call the police. And I was like, you know what? Fuck cops. I thought that was really cool. You guys have been so fun. One more. Sorry. My dad died. And he had a lot of money. And because of that, I'm like pretty well off now. And sometimes when people find that out, they like get jealous, which is so stupid to me because it's like, okay, yeah, I have some money. But I would obviously much rather have my dad still be alive. Because he would have gone on to make like so much more money. Thank you guys so much!
Rosebud, everybody! Wow, yes! Sorry I'm not the end, but you got me here, so yeah. I'm too big for comedy, so just get used to it. I like holding the microphone like this. If I put it on the ground, it just looks like I'm making an announcement. You know what I mean? I don't look like a comedian anymore. I look like a principal at a middle school trying to calm all the kids down. Like, listen up, everybody. The sloppy joes have been contaminated with E. coli. Horrified laughter. Good. All right. I think I'm getting dumber every day. Does anyone else feel that way about me right now? Okay. You don't even know me. It's insulting. I am getting dumber. I'm trying to be better with my decisions with what I'm eating. Like, I don't think I'm out of shape, but I do have the body type of a great athlete from the 1930s. You know what I mean? Very mean laughter. Okay, but I do. You know, it's like, well, he's been drinking milk in the dugout for 12 hours. I think the big guy's about to belt some home runs. So I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm doing it in the dumbest ways. I bought some fruit recently. Big step for me. I bought some fruit. I bought some apples, but they were from 7-Eleven. And I think I am the first person to ever do that. True story. I put them down on the counter, put the apples down. The guy looks at them, looks at me, goes, "We have this?" I was like, "Yeah, I didn't bring these from home." I think the fruit is the least healthy thing you can buy at 7-Eleven, you know? You go in there, you're like, "Hey, can I get a banana?" The guy's like, "Listen, I'll give you the banana, but I've been using it to clean the hot dog cooker." Did you say the banana? I don't know, I'm getting dumber. I used to be very smart. I was a very smart baby, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I was. You can kind of get that from me a little bit, you know? I was a smart baby. This is true. I could talk when I was 6 months old. Very impressive. Parents in the room, you know, that's awesome. But, thank you. I couldn't walk until I was 2 years old. Yeah, so there was a year and a half of my life where I was just a baby, posted up against the wall like, oh no, I can't move. I'm trapped in a prison of my own body. Could I just get a cup of coffee? That'd be great. Thank you so much. Bring it in the sippy cup, please. Thank you. Do you know how unsettling it is to walk into a room and see a baby, a little baby in a bassinet, just upright like, "Hi, how are you?" Good to see you. Just breastfeeding, like, just can't seem to kick the stuff, you know? We don't want our babies to be smart. We want them to be dumb. Like, have you ever heard the expression terrible twos? You hear that expression? What is that? What are the terrible twos? Isn't it just consciousness, right? You know what I mean? Isn't it just the kid is finally aware of himself for the first time? He's saying yes and no, interacting with the world, and everyone's like, "That's terrible. I liked it better when he was a stuffed animal in a cage."
I was a very smart baby. I was also a very big baby, big kid. I'm a big person. I look like Justin Bieber if he were exposed to gamma radiation. I'm too big for the world. I can touch the ceiling. This shouldn't be allowed. I'm sick now. I don't know. No one's ever touched the ceiling. This is where coronavirus started, I think. I don't want to touch my face. I've always been big. This is a true story. When I was 5 years old, I was at a bar mitzvah, okay? Where are my Jews at? Got some Jews in here? Huh? All right, just a couple in the back. That's nice. Good seating for the venue. Good. I am Jewish. I'm kind of more, I feel like Jews, there's probably more people more Jews in here than the people who clapped, because Jews were not really the kind of people. When a large man in a dark room is like, where are the Jews? We're not really like, right here, buddy. It's not really our thing. But I am Jewish. I would say I'm more culturally Jewish, if you've heard that expression. Like, I'm not religious, but my family still controls the media. Does that make sense? So I'm at a bar mitzvah. I'm just 5 years old. I'm sitting on the ground. 13-year-old girl comes up to me. A cougar in my eyes, right? She says, you want to slow dance? I'm like, absolutely. Are you clean? Do you have cooties? Let's party, It's a true story. I stand up, eye to eye. This girl has no idea that I'm 5 years old. We're dancing. True story! Over the course of an Usher song, this young woman slowly realizes that I am 5.5 years old. It was like a really messed up version of Little Red Riding Hood, But instead of the big bad wolf, I was like the big friendly toddler, right? She's just like, my, what sticky fingers you have. I was finger painting, lady, what do you want from me? Traumatic moment for me, but I feel for her because it was worse for her, right? Because now she can't trust anybody. She's probably in town right now on a date, getting along with the guy really well. He's just like, you like your steak? She's like, are you 5 years old? Let me see a birth certificate. Thank you guys very much. My name's Nicky Paris. We've been going for all my friends that came up stage. Clap it up for them. I was cuddling with my girlfriend recently, and she asked me a tough question. She said, "Why don't you want to get married? You just told me you would die for me." And I said, "That's true. I would die for you, but getting married is like dying slowly. I wouldn't die slowly for nobody right now. I die suddenly for a lot of people. I'm a hero at heart, But I don't want to get tortured to death, I really think about, even when you're suicidal, when you want to die, you jump off the 100th floor. You don't jump off the second floor 100 times, right? It's fast. You shoot yourself to death. You don't pistol whip yourself to death. She said, "Do you want to have kids?" I said, "Yes, soon." Kind of surprised her. My friend said, "Why you tell her that? You still young?" I was like, "I know, but my mom is getting older, and I need her to raise them." I'm very busy. Take advantage of that youth. Don't wait too long to have kids. You mess around wipe your mama's ass and your baby ass at the same time. It's the circle of life. My plan is to have a kid drop off my mom's house and pick him up when he's like 14. I'm gonna still be in his life, but initially I'm gonna tell him I'm like his uncle. And then when he's 14, I'm sitting down man to man. Look, dog, I got good news and good news, okay? First off, your dad's alive. Secondly, you gonna laugh. I'm your daddy. Why are you crying, man? Get your shit, I decided to have kids one day, I'm gonna teach my son or daughter how to speak Igbo. That's the language and tribal from Nigeria. I can't speak it myself. My dad tried to teach me too late. I was already in high school. My dad got the bright idea to try to teach my native language. I came home from basketball practice. I had a full backpack. My dad had a bunch of Igbo words on the wall. He was like, "Chinedu, don't you want to learn some Igbo?" Yes. I'm like, "Nah, man, I got Spanish homework. I got time for this shit." I'm busy now. I know Spanish, but I do Igbo. That's embarrassing me like another Nigerian born in Nigeria because they'll judge me. "Your name is Chinedu, do you speak Igbo?" I'll be like, my brother, hey, Más o menos. You know what I'm saying? That's the best I can do. I speak Spanish and they go ask and hope they don't notice. Sometimes they think I'm better than them. Okay, más o menos very good, eh? Me gusta to you too now. I was born in LA. It was weird because like inside of my house was Nigeria, but like right outside my door was Los Angeles. So I was having experiences my friends were having and vice versa. Like I never got a chance to attend a sleepover or have a sleepover. I never asked either because I had older siblings. They told me don't bother. But one time my boy Josh Linville, he was having a sleepover in 5th grade and he had like straight A's. He went to my house. My mom knew his mom. His mom was a nurse. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna ask, man. I clean the whole house. You gotta clean the house first before you ask African parents anything. I cleaned the house, I painted the shit. I was like, hey mom, how you doing? Just wanted to know if I could attend Josh's sleepover. And she told me no without even thinking about it. And I was so mad, I started crying. I said, why? Why can't I go? And she told me something she never really tell a 10-year-old. She says, because they will touch your pee-pee. I said, what? They will touch your pee-pee. You know them, I don't care. They make you muffins, they gain your trust, and they touch your pee-pee. I was born in South Central, and growing up I had a few friends with no fathers. And it was weird for me too, because they assumed I had no dad either, but I did. But I never had the heart to tell them when I was little. I'm not sure everybody knows this here. Like having a dad in the hood is like having a Mercedes. You gotta be humble about that shit. You can't go around town singing and skipping with your dad, man. A hater will bring into your house and keep the side of your father. You don't want that to happen. Put a gun to your daddy head and took me in, motherfucker. Kiss me on the forehead, you know. My dad worked a lot, but he promised me he was gonna make it to my 8th grade graduation. I want my friends to find out so publicly I had a dad. So a few days before, I sat him all down, and I came out the closet about having a father. I was like, Damon, Chucky, LaVon, Huey, listen. No matter what I say right now, I want you guys to know that I love you. And I want you all to still see me the same way. And just understand, I was born like this. I didn't have a choice. But, I got a dad. And he was like, nigga, we all got dads. I was like, nah, you don't understand. I know who he is. He was like, what do you mean? We sent him a Christmas? I was like, every day. Every day, motherfucker. I had you in my house. Like, I'm sorry, man. I was looking born my dad, but I warned him my dad is African, so he didn't believe I'm fine. Anytime I asked my dad to go somewhere, he'll lie to me, try to save money. Asked my dad to take me to the zoo when I turned 10. Instead of taking me, he told me he could afford it. He told me I had to be 18 to go to the bathroom. It was like, Chinedu, the animals that naked, that having sex. You have to be 18, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. If you're not careful, they'll touch your pee-pee.